Bottom of the hour. Lucky Luciano, a.k.a. Tech Extra Sounds, in studio with Josie Wellz, ATL. This is Raw Radio powered by I'mClassicHipHop.com. Thank you guys for listening wherever you may be listening in your part of the world. Big up to Drugs. Well, I found this in the crate. This is Drugs, you know that, right?
This drugs?
This is Drugs. Big up Drugs. And you know he's been making some moves with shoes. Big up shoes, too. Yeah, this is Drugs. Look, Wellz' face is like, what?
You need to send this to me.
Yeah, this is on Shoes catalog. House Shoes. I forgot the name of the record. That record label, I should say. But yeah, this is Drugs, man. Big up Drugs. Yep. Drugs. And for those who know Drugs beats locally in Atlanta, like they know who Drugs is. You don't even have to know, man.
Yo, somebody trying to call me, knocking on the phone. Yo,
It's Switch probably.
Yeah,
Come up to the mic. Okay, nobody can hear you.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I mean, Drugs is my guy. Yo, like when you know people and they well enough to take you to the crib, met his girl, his kids. You know, that's when I had a black Datsun, 4-door Datsun. I used to be at Mud Knock Studio.
Big up Knock.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. And we
For those who listen, those are some ATL people. For those in the scene of ATL, man, Knox, Drugs, Drig up Drez with his health, man. Big up, man. Everybody, man. Yamin, yep. DT, Key, everybody, man. Thank you, Majest. Who gotta forget Majest, man? We gotta big up with Majest too. Still gotta do that, by the way. Doug, big up Doug. Shouts to you and your health, man. Hope you doing much better, man. But anyway, yo, let's get into the Say Word joint. And Say Word is sponsored. Did you know that?
Say Word is sponsored.
Say Word is sponsored. He did it. Ladies and gentlemen, Say Word. Say Word. Got a sponsor. Say Word.
Say Word.
Say Word is brought to you for this episode and future episodes by Fuse Lenses. Fuses have already helped thousands of customers save on their favorite sunglasses, and still most they don't realize that the option exists. Why? Because, let me keep it a band. Sometimes you get these sunglasses and it costs like $100 or something like that, and it break. Yeah. And you don't want to damn, I got to buy another pair, man. What do I do?
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you what Fuse does. Fuse is like, yo, I got you. You get the actual lens and get the replacement that can pop it back in for you. Man.
Like that.
Just like that, man. Custom made in the USA down in Clearwater, Florida. High quality lens, low cost, starting at $24.99. Tons of options online, and it's easy to change the joints yourself.
That's dope.
FuseLenses.com, sponsor of Say Word. Say Word. Yeah, I had to do that for y'all, Fuse. Big up to y'all, man. All right, so we got Say Word, man.
Yo, Colin Kaepernick.
Cap, man.
Cap.
This. You know how you know that meme when that dude was like this, was a Spice Adam was rubbing his hands and like this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that joint cracking and was it just recently that the Raiders was interested in getting him?
Yep.
You know we opened up a can of worms with the Stoop Talk, because speaking of which, in the mailbag we got some whole bunch of Stoop Talk on the sports side because we haven't talked about that.
Okay.
But anyway,
it says that Raiders owner Mark Davis said he's open to finding out.
Mark Davis.
A candid conversation that aired Wednesday on NBC Sports Bay Area. Davis said Cap deserves every chance in the world to become a quarterback in the National Football League.
Why didn't he say that 5 years ago?
I don't know. I'll stand by.
Out of here. Out of here, Davis. Get the hell out of here.
If our coaches and general manager want to bring him in, I want him to become the quarterback on this team, I will welcome him with open arms. I just wish this saga is behind us. I'm like this, man. Like, if you good enough to do something, regardless of what, this, that, and the third, just everybody deserves an opportunity to be.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
I'm not going to get political or nothing. Like, if you can play, you can play.
Period.
If you can't, you can't.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say. I hope you get a shot, and I hope you get a fair shot. Now keep in mind.
Yeah, I'm glad you said a fair shot.
I hope when he's competing and then he gets on the field, and then let's say, for instance, now he's not Russell Wilson out there. He's not, he's been away from the game. Mm-hmm. So if he doesn't do well,
it's gonna backfire. It's just a a bonfire waiting to go off.
I don't want to hear nobody say, well, because he's black, they benched him. Let's not do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, and he's biracial, so you can say he's white too. Let's say he didn't do well because he didn't play well.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
I'm tired of people taking race and putting it on something.
Mm-hmm.
That's like saying, yo, he can't do math because he's black, so we're gonna dumb down the math.
Right.
How stupid is that?
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I get tired.
I understand. I understand. And with Cap, the thing about with him is too, I think it's important to note that, like I said before, I mean, I'm not flagging Davis, but I'm sure, if it's a school of thought. If one person's thinking it, I'm guarantee you every owner is thinking it. Because at the time when everything went down with Colin, right, you couldn't deny his skill set. Full stop. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, when that went down, he just finished going to the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, time has gone away, and then he was ostracized because of the decision that he made. Okay, that's fine. That's his decision. Right. That doesn't negate, like you said, on his skill set. Right. So my point is that if somebody's going to, I guess take a chance or whatever, mm-hmm. just do it and get it out the way.
Do it and get it out the way.
And just whatever. The problem is everybody's just, it's monkey see, monkey do.
Yep.
Everybody's watching us like, yo, who's going to do it? You're going to do it. And they're playing poker. Right. But I guarantee you, if a franchise moved on early, who knows what would happen? We're going to play a what if game all day. Right. But I'm just saying, it's like I think it's 5 years too late, my personal opinion. And if somebody was going to make that move, they should have done that a while ago.
Well, the thing is, playing that position, that's the one position you can play to have longevity. Tom Brady still playing.
And then because, and you're right, and then because, arguably the leader of the franchise, face of the franchise, blah, blah, blah. So it's too much marketing risk in the price for marketing dollars. I understand that. Mm-hmm. My point is, whatever. Do something about it. If you really, if you're going to, it's either you're going to entertain the joint and get Colin if you want to get him or not. If you're not going to mess with him, say, yo, I ain't going to mess with him, and just be clear about it.
Yo, son got paid, though. That's all I'm going to say.
He did.
Son got paid. He got money. He got Nike, crazy Nike money.
Crazy.
Speaking of something crazy, the FDA bans menthol and...
I saw that.
Drum roll, please.
This was funny. Man.
Flavored
cigars.
Senate cigars.
So for clarity, what are flavored cigars? Are we talking Black and Milds?
Yeah.
Are we talking
White Owls?
White Owls. For those who know in the street,
right?
Let me get
the
them
peach.
Chocolates. Get the cherry.
Let me get the berry ones
with the wood tip. Pause.
Let me get the strawberry. Let me get the strawberry kiwi. Yeah, you can't. You after a while, you're not gonna be able to get those anymore.
Yeah. And so you know what? The street's gonna go hot for that.
Yeah. Because you got people.
Strip clubs gonna be hiking up those joints forever.
Check this out. Through careful consideration of the scientific evidence and our authorities under the Tobacco Control Act, we've determined,
all right,
that these actions appropriate for protection of the public health. And I think I heard something they were saying because it targeted black people unfairly.
Because of the menthol.
Yeah.
Because of the menthol.
So I'm like, why?
Get them cool, man.
Why do we need people? Here it is. About 30% of white smokers choose menthols, but they are the cigarette of choice for nearly 85% smokers who are black.
Yep.
About 40% of
For those who know, grew up in the hood, look, ain't nobody walking around with no Marlboro Lights.
Yeah.
It's some Cools, it's some Newport shorts in a box. That's what it is.
And they threw the alphabet.
Let me get them slim and them cool, man.
Too. LGBTQ people are also significantly more likely to smoke menthols, but they're not a race; they're a group of people. So let's keep it race. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. So let's not differentiate that.
So they're classifying the group as also negating race.
Yeah.
But they're classifying the group.
Yeah. But my point is this, man. Yeah. That's why they keep jumping over black people, getting all these provisions because
keep it moving.
Yeah. We're gonna have people picketing.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is though, if somebody wants to smoke, if somebody wants to smoke, let them smoke menthol.
Man.
Who's the government?
Stop,
man. Like what are we doing?
If they wanna smoke, I mean, I think is the other side of the coin is saying, look, there's a code of ethics, arguably, saying look, we need to do our due diligence and make sure that as an entity, a municipality, government, we are doing something to make sure that they don't kill themselves by smoking these menthols. But who are we to stop them, right? If you're gonna go up the block and rob a store, hope you don't do that, right? I could tell you don't rob the store, you can still do it.
Yo, here's the BS.
Like what are we doing?
Here's the BS I'm talking about. Check this out. It says, today marks the beginning of the end of menthol cigarettes, a truly historic moment for public health. For decades, check this out, for decades, tobacco companies have intentionally pushed menthol cigarettes to hook young people on their deadly products and implemented racist marketing practices to intentionally target black Americans. See, now this is where they keep using race, dog. Mm-hmm. Because for years, we just started seeing a plethora of black and brown people in commercial ads. Almost every commercial you see now got black and brown people in it.
Yeah.
So you mean which is it? Did they intentionally market toward black people? Because back then they didn't have many black people in commercials.
No,
you know
if any.
Saying? You saw them doing Soul Train or something like that
on the black channel.
On the black channel, Soul Train, BT. But my point is, so this is where they always take this racist trope and tie it around us to say, and they push us out there to say dance for us because we're gonna use your pain and suffering to co-sign our BS.
Yeah.
Stop using black people. Stop using brown people and Latino people. If you just want to say, yo, we want to do away with this industry, then just say that. Stop saying like because it's hurting black people.
It just should be across the board.
Yeah,
it's just
I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. But see, ain't nobody in Congress standing up to say, yo, stop using us, because they getting paid too, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I made it too political, man. It's supposed to be fun.
That's fine.
Supposed to be fun.
It's fine. What else we got?
What else is fun? Eating at 7 p.m. should be fun. You know why? Because it can prolong your life.
Where do you get that from?
Yo, this comes from food.ndtv.com. It says, here's how eating before 7 p.m. can change your life.
Give me the bullet points.
Let's see. It says your diet is crucial for overall health. When you eat is also very important. Having an early dinner is good for digestion. Weight loss, good sleep, better heart health.
So exactly at 7 o'clock. And this is on the assumption that everybody going to go to bed at what time? 10 o'clock?
Well, it might, if it's real good cooking, it could be 7:30 because you got the itis.
True.
And you're just going to lay out on the sofa and watch, whatever what you watch around 7, I was just talking to somebody the other day. You remember when we used to run home for programming? Like 8 o'clock
8 o'clock is, Martin, New York Undercover.
On NBC?
On NBC? Or no.
Cosby Show. 8
Thursday,
o'clock.
I thought Cosby's on Thursday?
Cosby was Thursday. 8:30 was a different world.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then 9 o'clock was Chiz.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy. Now we don't even have like programming like that no more. Right?
No,
or do we?
We do. You just gotta find it. You gotta find it. All right, what else we gonna before we wrap?
What else we gotta find? We gotta find a moniker of truth because Elon Musk is really ripping the establishment a new asshole to the point that Joe Biden
I'm gonna call it Muskin.
Muskin for real. Joe Biden's
Muskin. Pause.
Administration. They went on to establish Ministry of Information or Ministry of Truth.
Yeah.
It's this lady, and she was singing it in a Mary Poppins type of tune. And like, it's crazy because he bought Twitter. And actually the government was trying to stop him from buying Twitter.
Yeah, I know. Because of the I read the story earlier this week. It's about just share management and all that stuff, and just pretty much market share, really. And
Elon Musk, up until 2 weeks ago, he was the champion because he made these cars that were green, right? He's doing stuff for the environment. He had SpaceX, and now they're like, yo, he came from South Africa. He's a part of apartheid. I'm like, wow, just that fast, he's the enemy because he bought Twitter. Yeah. So
now he has a mouthpiece, or he's controlling the mouthpiece or whatever, man.
I think it's certain people in the world that don't want certain people to say things that are obvious, and I'm not going to say them here. But there's some things that's obvious that if you put out on Twitter.
What do you mean, Wellz? Do tell.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I'm not there. We try to get sponsors.
Hey, probably, Fuse me like, yo, y'all some other stuff. We just want to talk about our glasses. Listen, man, the future's so bright. You got to wear shades, right? I just made a rhyme.
Yes, you did. Yeah, let's keep it clean. Let's keep it thorough though. But big up to everybody out there doing your thing. Continue to tune in, man. Check us out, man. It's been a long time since we do live, but it's been a minute since we've been on. But I hope y'all enjoying the music. We got a special Legends Lounge coming up that you can catch.
It's gonna be on the live on the show, or you can check the show notes where you can catch the show live on our syndicate platforms, as well as the site rawradio1.com. And yeah, we're probably gonna get into that later. But
yeah, what we got coming up next though?
We got the mailbag coming up next. We probably can go. We got time because we had to cover that. We still got some. Like we got 10 minutes or so.
We got 10 minutes.
Yeah. We can probably go straight into the mailbag. Actually, yes, we can.
You want to go straight into the mailbag right now?
Let's go straight into the mailbag. Let's go. Yeah.
All right. We'll
pay the bill. We're gonna pay the bills. Actually, don't worry, because we got to cover the sponsor anyway, right? We got another sponsor. For the mailbag, right? This is an interesting sponsor too.
Okay.
So listen. And big up Stro Elliott with this banging. Have you heard this project? Yeah, I think I sent this to you. This Black and Loud James Brown joint that
he crazy.
Did.
I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
It's dope.
It's dope. Stro is dope, man. Stro Elliott. Yeah, get that man.
Where's he out of?
LA. He's dope. He's dope. He's doing it for a minute. Listen, mailbag sponsor. We're going to go straight into the mailbag, all right? So viewers wonder what the mailbag is. The mailbag is where we respond to the commentary and questions that our listeners have worldwide. So if you got a question, listen to us talk, you want to send some feedback, good or bad, you want to bash Wellz for his views, that usually happens. Not me. He's like, come on, get it. Raw Radio 1 at gmail.com is the place to start. RAWRADIOONE at gmail.com. Or you can drop a note on our site, rawradio1.com. Or you can drop us a note on social, Facebook, IG. I'm Classic Hip Hop /Raw Radio. We do read it. We go through the mailbag. I go through the mailbag. And, we put everything out, good, bad, and ugly. So it's all good, right? And also, by the way, for those who know, FYI, you can drop your voice memos on the Speak Your Clout Speak Pipe inbox, not the crack pipe.
Not the crack pipe.
The Speak Pipe, all right? Speak Pipe, Speak Your Clout Speak Pipe inbox, only on the site rawradio1.com, powered by Speak Pipe. Big up to those folks that have been supporting us since day one. All right.
Don't be like on there.
Yeah, don't be doing that. I think somebody, you know what?
He said crack pipe. Like, no.
And for those who've been dropping notes on there, sometimes I can't hear them. Like, it sounds like they're really smoking the crack pipe. At the same time, we're like, yo, what is... Pause. I shouldn't even make that noise. Let me stop that. Whatever. Anyway, all right, listen.
What happened to crack, though? Is crack still around?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It should... I think it is. I've been caught up on Snowfall, so I think it is.
You know what's still around on the low?
What?
Coke.
Yeah, that's true.
Coke is still around.
Coke is still around.
Why are we talking about Coke?
I don't know. I don't know what just happened. I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyway, you know what happened to crack pipe, sweet pipe. My bad. All right, listen.
Talk about Coke and crack. Okay.
Rap. Anyway, mailbag sponsor for this week's show, and actually for the next couple of shows for the month, is Dynasty Owner. All right. So if you're a fan of fantasy football, like me, and if you're about that life, listen. Dynasty Owner is actually a platform that unites the fun and excitement of fantasy football with the skill and strategy of the front office and the business side of owning an NFL franchise. So check it. You, as a franchise owner on this platform, can build a roster of NFL players, right, using the real world contracts, using the actual contracts and salaries while staying under the salary cap, and compete weekly against other teams in your league and score points. Weekly prizes up to $1,200.
$1,200.
Pots up to $600,000.
Pot.
The pot. You heard. The pot.
Oh, pot, not pot. The pot.
Oh, she saw the prize pot.
The prize pot.
But I'm getting to fancy football mode. We just had a draft this week, right? I'm thinking about it.
Pot may be a prize though.
I know. Yeah.
But not that.
Yeah. Get control of your fantasy league as the Dynasty Owner. If you are on that fantasy league tip like me, definitely it's worth checking out, man. Dynasty Owner is the site.com. DynastyOwner.com. DYNASTY owner.com is the site. And big up to them supporting the mailbag, man. So let's get into this mailbag, the disclaimer real quick. All right, we're going to get into this joint. Listen, we don't check the mailbag every week, guys. We got stuff going on, right? Just understand.
We do.
Right?
We got a lot of stuff
but listen,
going on.
doesn't mean life, right? We got life going on. But we doing the show. Like, this is what we doing, right? So anyway, let's start off right out the gate. Wellz, they're coming for your neck, Wellz. Right out the way. We got the hashtag stoop talk, and for those who don't know what stoop talk is where anybody from up top or from me personally from Brooklyn, you talk, you're in the stoop or in the corner, you're talking a whole bunch of smack to each other, straight stoop talk on the stoop, whether it's politics, sports, like we do here on the show actually, right? We kind of doing stoop talk here what we do in the show.
Oh, no doubt.
Right? So somebody says, yo, y'all been awfully quiet about these playoffs cracking. So who walks away with the chip? And Wellz, your boy Kyrie is a fraud. And for those who don't know, NBA playoffs going on right now. Kyrie and the Brooklyn Nets lost to the Celtics in 6 games. NBA, this playoffs is worldwide, of course. So what say you, Wellz, about your allegiance to Mr. Irving?
Well, the thing is, man, I love his game. When I play in my youth, I was he reminds me of me. Not, I'm not saying, no, I'm serious.
Here we go.
People that know me, I had a handle.
My day.
I had a handle. I had a jump shot.
I was nice like that, young man.
I could get to the cup. I had a handle. So I like watching his game. I love his game. I love his game.
Is it bad knees now?
It's bad everything. It's bad everything now. In my 40s,
bad back,
in my 40s,
bad knees,
in my
man.
40s.
Like, oh my god.
But nah, real talk. I love his game.
Okay.
I love his game. I love his conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Like that brother stood resolute. He's like, I ain't getting a shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Muslim,
Mm-hmm.
so I support him in his endeavors. But overall, I love his game. It wasn't his fault. I think I used to hear the commentators talk about how he should defer to KD.
Yep.
And he did, and KD didn't come through.
He didn't. I agree with that.
And then Ben Simmons. James Evans should have got up from New Jersey, because James Evans is from New Jersey if he moved back.
Yep.
Should have came with a belt. Should have came with a belt and whipped them like he did Michael's friend that wouldn't study.
We got a
young
listeners like, who's James Evans? Good times. Go ahead and YouTube that.
He should have, his nostrils should have been flaring.
Coming out the corner.
Man,
coming
James
out the
Evans.
room.
You know how James Evans is, man. Just he scared me through the TV. like for real.
Yeah, you know how you
scared. Like if James Evans if he walked in this studio,
you know what it is. You know what it is.
I'm scared.
Nah, you know what it is.
Because I know this.
You got to say nothing. He just walks in
and look at you, like
he looked through you.
Yeah, he should have grabbed Ben Simmons and whipped his ass. Get your ass on the goddamn floor. Because Ben Simmons, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
But I digress. Kyrie is my guy. It's called the Brooklyn Nets. It's not called the Brooklyn Kyries.
Yeah, it's true.
If it's called the Brooklyn Kyries, yes. But, they were supposed to win the first game. They lost on a buzzer. They was up during the second game. I started watching it. And, of course, when you watching your team and then they up, and then they going to lose because it's your team.
That sounds familiar.
Atlanta. Atlanta's not my team. I'm an Eagle fan. But Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of Atlanta, Miami beat the shit out of them.
They did.
I just cursed on air, but they beat the shit out of Atlanta. Can we beat that later? Probably not.
Probably.
Okay. They got
Gremlin, rip that out if you catch
it.
If you catch it on the stream, just go ahead and
ain't nothing like when an Atlanta team loses, because you got all these Atlanta folks around here and they be believing in the Falcons and they believe in the Hawks. Like,
so you that guy that just peeps his head like,
that's speed. I almost shit in. I wait till they start talking about it.
He's that guy, ladies and gentlemen. He's that guy in the office that doesn't say nothing after your team loses, and he just mind his business.
I just wait. Like when you start talking.
I understand. I do the same thing.
I love it.
Say nothing.
Ain't nothing like an Atlanta fan that loses. Ain't nothing like it.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving.
Yo, Shinobi Style. Big up Shinobi out of the Ozone. With the passing of Kayslay, he says, with the passing of Kayslay, where do you think his influence will be missed the most? This is a great question.
Glock stop popping like ozone.
Man,
I love that line.
Where did his influence will be missed the most? Listen, I think a lot of people, for those who don't really know the backstory of Kayslay, he's not just a DJ, he is hip hop.
He's hip hop.
Like he's a graph writer. He's a b-boy. He was everything. Like he represented all 5 to the T. I think I think his influence will be missed the most. I think is in the DJ space, because anybody knows Kayslay on the behind the scenes portion of the business knows that he did not hesitate to give folks they shine if he could. Papoose is an example. A lot of other MCs outside of Papoose, he just popped in my head.
Oh, no doubt.
But he's Kayslay is an example. Like, he really is, and just the actions that somebody as an elder, as a leader, especially in his age, in his background in hip hop, I mean, I think his leadership was going to be missed the most. I think.
I echo the same thing. You know, we did the Legends Lounge on Kayslay.
Yeah, we did the EXP on Kayslay.
And EXP, where can they find that?
On the pod, Raw Radio, on the podcast, on all platforms. You can just check out the podcast, subscribe to the pod, and you'll catch the show. Oh, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing, Gremlin? Chill. He just went to the air sabotaging the show. Chill.
He's just like, yo, y'all said 10 minutes.
Chill. No, no, this is our show. We do what the hell we want, all right? We gave the sponsor what we doing. We giving the people what they want, all right? Because when you go downstream and then we send this to our syndicates, they'll be all right, okay?
So yeah, I echoed those same sentiments. He's hip hop. He was one of the torchbearers, and he didn't actually even choose to be a torchbearer. He just
did it,
being a guy who went through the graph era, who went through the breakdance era, who started DJing, and who started meeting and greeting MCs, putting them on.
Yep.
Those are 4 elements. The 5th element was the culture in itself. He represented hip hop. Yo, he did. What's the name of the song? He had all them MCs.
Oh, it's like 30-something minutes, man.
I listened to, and he did a video for it.
That's crazy.
And I watched it,
like
the whole thing.
You know what I love about that? You know what's crazy is that the beat doesn't change.
It doesn't.
It's the same. It's the beat for 30 minutes, yo.
Same beat for 30 minutes. That has never been
done. And you know, it really, to me, it represented like what Tony Touch did with 50 MCs. Another one of my big time influence, Tony Touch, and just did it on one track. But yeah, that's never been done. Like,
yeah. So Kayslay, man, that was a great loss for hip hop.
It was
great loss for hip hop.
I mean, yeah, man. I think that's where we missed the most. Good question though. I love that question, Shinobi. Dope, man. Who else we got? Inez14 out of Vegas says, so far it's safe to say that the documentaries in the culture have been solid, from the DOC documentary and Kanye West to Cypress Hill. What documentaries are needed for this year?
I haven't seen the DOC doc.
DOC doc is dope.
I watched a little bit of the Kanye doc.
I've
on
still
Netflix.
got to catch. Yeah, I got to get caught up on that.
And honestly, I thought somebody else wrote for Ye. Ye wrote those lyrics.
Yeah.
Like Ye, and nobody considered him. But it was the same. What's crazy is that like when he played All Falls Down, he was playing it in the Rock Studios.
And everybody's like,
and the song ended up being a hit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the whole album. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm still watching that, and I didn't see the Cypress Hill doc.
I have not seen the Cypress Hill doc, but I heard it was dope. It's on Showtime, I believe, here in the States. But I don't know. I mean, if there's a documentary that I would love to see, I think I've seen. I mean, we got NWA, if you call that officially.
Somewhere ran like man.
We got the Tribe documentaries. That was
dope. That's dope.
Was there an official? Do you call the Wu-Tang joint officially a Wu-Tang documentary
of Mikes and Men?
Yeah. Would you call that?
Well, not the biopic, but the Mikes and Men. Yes.
The show.
No, not the show.
The one they were all in. Is that of Mike's Men? Where they're all watching what's going on in the same room in the theater?
Yeah, that's of Mike's.
Okay,
Men.
that was dope. That was dope.
I enjoyed that.
Yes, I did enjoy that as well.
But the biopic, it was dope, but then it was too fictional. In some parts.
And I don't think they got Old Dirty right. To me.
You don't like Old Dirty?
No, I love Old Dirty, but I just don't think they did him justice.
They did him justice.
Yes, yeah.
I like the character. I didn't like. I liked the first Inspector Deck character. I didn't like the second one.
I agree with that too.
And I sure as hell didn't like the RZA.
No,
like this fake RZA dude. He even seemed like RZA. It didn't capture RZA.
Nah,
but
did not.
But your man was Meth though.
Yeah,
What's his name?
The light skinned dude.
Yeah, what's his name?
I
That's
forgot. O'Shea's son?
No, that's
Who's that?
That's Dave East.
That was the
that's
it was
East.
Dave. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
He morphed into meth.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Big up Dave East, man.
Big
Dope
up,
MC
big up,
as
big
well,
up.
man.
But-
I don't know. To answer, we haven't answered that question. I'm. You know what? You know who I think is sticking out of my head? De La. You know why? Because recently of them able to get their masters back and really
That'd be dope.
see what's going on in the scenes, and then possibly connecting that with Fife.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe Fife too. You know,
Mm.
but basically it was them. And me being selfishly, I would love to see a really accurate doc of Doom. And notice I said accurate, right? Because everybody has, you know, for those who know Doom, like it's a facade of what you really think was going on. But based on what happened to him passing, I would really love to see how that happened. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
I would like to see that, and arguably a Dilla one on film.
That'd be dope too.
I've seen, because have you read the new Dilla book, by the way?
No.
I just got it a couple days ago. I'm gonna start reading it. It's still on my hit list, but there's a new book that was done. I heard it was pretty good.
As far as documentaries, there's a few, but I'll take it back. God MC.
Yep. That's a great one.
God
Why did I
MC.
think about that?
Yeah. Like I want to know, cause the thing is with the God, he just changed the trajectory of
Yeah, he did.
what every other MC was rhyming like. He's like
did.
that point in the Bible where they say BC and AD. You might as well say BR, like before Rakim
and after
Rakim.
Yeah, it's true.
Like
True, no doubt.
Like who came
That
and
you
touched your
cannot-
forehead that you rhyming like this?
Nah.
Like
I totally agree with that.
I was watching Drink Champs and Shan told Nori the same story he told us many years ago, by the way.
Yep,
Shameless
many
plug.
years ago.
Shameless plug. And he said
Big
the
up,
same thing
Shan.
he said. He said when he said I sat and produced Check Out My Melody.
Yep.
And he said he was on the boards. He said that's why it sound all crazy. But he said that they would laugh. They were laughing at him like, this dude, you hear this dude? Like Marley and Shan was laughing at him. And he said, I didn't know
Probably not. I mean,
that he would later become like
who he
arguably
really- yeah.
the best MC ever to do it.
that's crazy. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Rakim would be really dope, and especially
crazy.
because you know how Rakim moves
Yeah,
and the way he's very intentional of
Yeah.
not cursing.
yeah.
Like that's to just spit like that. That's cerebral exercising.
Even on some street stuff, because Eric B was a street dude.
He was a street dude. Everybody was a street dude.
And how he got with Eric B and to garner that respect from Eric B and the Fourth and Broadway posse.
Yeah.
And also, like, Parrish Smith told the story when EPMD was coming out. You know, Parrish was like, "Smack me and I'll smack you back."
Yeah.
And Rod got wind of that.
Yeah.
And this is EPMD and Rakim, both of them young artists. And Parrish Smith said, "Yo, I'm like 6'2". I used to play football, but that's the God. Like he's like shook. Like
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was telling that story, and I'm like, wow. You talking about a legend, but a legend's legend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, so I would love to hear, like, see that documentary of the God MC.
That
Many
would be
more come to
dope.
mind. You know, Face,
Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep.
Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah, Scarface.
Prodigy. Prodigy.
Prodigy, of course.
That will be, yeah.
Even I would love to see Cube, because Cube, in a way,
Cube is a good one.
Cube shaped the whole NWA West Coast type of thing. His imagination.
All right, last one. UGK.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
The full story.
That's yeah.
The full story.
The full story. All right, that's a dope question. Big up Inez in Vegas. All right, next question. Didn't Lucky mention the Detox dropping this year? I mean, if Black Star's dropping, question mark. Well, person who, you know, we got to say unnamed, you know, if we don't want to get bashed. We don't know who sent this out. I did mention that Detox, I heard Detox was dropping this year. I think later in the year, that was the murmur. But, you know, this is Dre and Detox, man. But in other news, in about a week's time, Black Star is dropping.
That's
And
dope.
I'm looking very forward to that. Have you heard some of the tracks? You heard some of the records?
I haven't heard anything.
Some of the records are on YouTube right now.
Oh, wow.
And what I've heard so far, I think I sent you a snippet on IG.
Okay.
And
it's a big win for hip hop. It's
man,
a big win.
And to me, just like I mentioned, I think when I mentioned on the last show before, like 2 shows ago, Madlib and both Mos and Kweli is like peanut butter and jelly. Like it's kind of it's like Guru and Premier type joint.
Oh, wow.
Like it makes, because I've heard them before with Madlib, and Madlib is just an eclectic producer. He's left field, but he get the boom bap. But man, the way that he produced that joint, and I think it was just beats. He just threw loops, like kind of like how he did Mad Villain with Doom. He did. Man, what I've heard so far, I haven't heard the whole thing, but man, I think it drops next week on the 14th. I don't know. It's coming up. It is coming. I think it's the next week or 2.
Okay.
And the thing about it is, just so you know, it's not on public streams. I think it's specifically available on their platform or Dave Chappelle's platform as a podcasting platform. You got to subscribe to that to get it. So I think in a way you're kind of subscribing, you're paying for the subscription, you're getting the album from there.
That's dope.
So it's kind of an interesting strategy, but
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
All right. Got some of you, some London folks. Jimbo Jones, UK. Oh, what up, man? This is DJ Jimbo, man. Who is the biggest what if in hip hop history? Wow, that's a hell of a question. I'll tell you one right now. That comes to mind easy.
Me too.
Big L.
I was thinking the same thing.
Big L.
Big L. Big L.
Big L. Big L. Like,
Big L.
for those who's watching right now, they should be like, yeah.
Big L.
Yep, Big L. I mean,
Big L.
And what I mean by that is, for those who understand the story of Big L, like, you know, him, would we argue saying that he was at the cusp of coming from the underground to the overground at that time?
Yep.
Right before he died in the dice game, ironically, right? But that was it. Like, can you imagine if he would have had traction and then even Big or Jay did collabs with him? Like,
yeah, he crushed Jay. He crushed Jay on that freestyle.
He did.
Mean, like Jay did his thing, but
Big L did that.
The superior MC.
He was
night.
at that night. He was the superior.
He was the superior MC.
And for those who don't know, we're talking about the not Sway and Tech. It's Babito, Special Babito freestyle. Caught on is all over YouTube for those who are trying to get the hip hop history
on the Milkbone track, right?
On the Milkbone track. Yep.
If you don't know who Milkbone is, just look it up
for sure.
But
good question. That's a great question. Easy, Big L.
And then I'm gonna second it. I'm gonna say Nip.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna say Nip.
That's a great one. Great one.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Nip, man.
Yeah, man. Nip.
That would be a great documentary too.
Yeah, it would.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
Nip
was the real deal.
Yeah, Nip was dope. Awesome question, man. Yo, this questions are dope, man. All right,
I
Gremlin.
see that.
I see what you're doing, Gremlin. Sending these joints. All right. How much time we got? We got like 4 more minutes.
Okay.
All right. Go. Stoop Talk hashtag. Can we make an argument that the show Atlanta is one of the most important shows driven by hip hop culture in the last 10 years?
No. Ooh. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say that.
If the show, let me make sure I'm processing correctly. The question is, if the show Atlanta is one of the most important shows driven by hip hop culture in the last 10. I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah? Okay.
Because the way, have you watched the show? Have you watched Atlanta before? You probably love Beats and Pieces, right?
Yeah.
So the thing about that show is not like, yo, we're gonna put some hip hop shit in here. It's more so about, this is our culture, and our culture has hip hop in it. And when we want to, we're going to do some hip hop shit when we do that, right? So there's bits and pieces in the writing of the show. Like, even in Atlanta, for those who understand Atlanta culture, right? There's some Atlanta hip hop stuff, it references directly in the show. And I think that connects well with the younger audience that's watched the show, that understands the connection with, Childish Gambino, who's Donald Glover, and his fan base, and another like-minded fan base and other artists that he attracts, that garners that traction. Because low key, there's a lot of great writing in there, like a lot of references, the way it's done. I think one of the episodes this season talked about the joint in Lake Lanier, about the potential, the town that was in there that was flooded and all that. He took that and went completely left field and tied all that in and put some hip hop in there. So that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, I can see that, but I can see your point too. It's not like as influential where I like, yo, is this really something that I'm gonna dial in and say, yo, this show is straight hip hop, Like
exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Probably not. It doesn't have that. That's why I was saying.
Yeah.
That's where the message comes in.
And that's my line right there. It's a good show. Probably came back again for another season.
Yeah.
But when you think hip hop culture, I don't want to dilute it that much.
I agree with you. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Then it henceforth doesn't. It ceases to be hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a show.
And that's why I said what I said. That's why I was saying, like, yo, they're doing them, and part of them is hip hop. Mm-hmm. Like, case in point, just off the topic, it connects. The new Ozark joint, right? Have you seen the joints around the joints are going on online where the intro of the episode with the chicks driving the New York State of Mind with the Nas joint in the beginning?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the example of that. I mean, hip hop is I mean, what
permeates through, but it's not like a power or something like that where it's or the Get Down or something like that.
Yeah. I still pissed off by the Get Down.
I'm pissed off too.
I'm like, yo, y'all should have done so much, really. Like,
yeah, they made it to, I don't know, and the same thing,
not showboaty, but like Broadway-ish.
Yeah, and the same, like, it has so much promise.
My wife loves it though.
It has so much promise. The same way with the Wu-Tang saga.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Good question though. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what question. I mean, I think it's more so right now, hip hop influence shows and not saying like this is a hip hop show. All right, one more question, man. DJ Beans, big up Beans. What up in LA? Over under Ghostface Killer's influence on MCs active in the current hip hop market. Beans, why are you doing that? Come on, Beans. I love you, Beans. Like, why? Where do you start with this one?
Well, one artist automatically comes to mind. So I mean,
you saying over clearly?
Yeah.
I'll say over too.
Yeah,
but we open up Pandora's box, right? Because if we say a ghost, who are we gonna say? What about G-Rap though?
But the thing is with Ghost ushered in a style that was grafted many times over.
Yeah.
I could say the same thing for Jada or even Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These people. But one artist comes to mind when I think of Ghost. What's my man name?
Who?
The white dude.
Action?
Yeah, yeah. So and Action's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Action's real dope. I heard something that you played.
Mm-hmm. On the new joint. The new joint, the album's dropped. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Alchemist's still working, man. 25 years in the game.
Production is sick.
Production's still stupid.
Production's sick. But yeah, Ghost's influence, his thumbprint is definitely, it permeates throughout the game. It's all MCs who are monumental MCs who went about it a different way. You can hear bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying? Even in my style, you know, you can hear bits and pieces of people who came before me, and that's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You pass it along, but I guess the underlying thing is good that you see it or hear it because the lineage is still there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'll admit there was a clean break. It was a clean break, and now it seems like a lot of these MCs, younger MCs, are
like
saying
full circle.
Yeah, they're like, nah, these the OGs, yo. Let's get at them. You know what I'm saying? Hence,
they
get it.
But you know what? But keep in mind, and for those who know me, know that I've always said about the bridge of the gap, right? I think that action of what they're doing has shortened that gap significantly because that action of what the younger MCs are doing right now, which is clearly what they're doing. I mean, the MCs that are out right now and or prominent or on the tip top that the folks are seeing, and they tell you who the influences are, is those same dudes. It's a Ghostface.
Yeah.
It's a Fonte.
Yeah.
It's a Doom.
Whereas they're actually taking the song and making the song over. They taking the songs and making them over. They putting a ill track underneath it.
And then chopping it up. Rearranging the sample.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hip hop.
Yeah.
That's hip hop.
Yeah. And then by doing that, you saying, yo, I appreciate what you did as an art form, and that connects the gap. It's good to see that they're doing this finally.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I was watching this one interview with Irv, and Irv said it. Irv makes sense. I don't listen to Irv much, but he made sense. He said he mentioned Hov Nas, Big, Pac.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Face, 3 Stacks. He said the younger generation had to start mumble rap or something else because you couldn't get no better than them.
That's
He said our generation
you couldn't get
was
better.
like, that's the ceiling.
Yeah.
You can't get no better. Just when you thought, okay, Rakim is the standard, then come Nas. You know what I'm saying?
Then came Jay. Then
Cube,
came Pac.
Cube is the standard. Pac. You know what I'm saying? Or Razzcazz or whatever. It's like soon as you think, like ain't nobody getting that big. To this day, ain't nobody getting that big. To this day, ain't nobody getting that hole. To this day, 3 Stacks come out with something that's gonna scramble your head.
Forget it.
Ghost can do something right now. It's like even Snoop latest project. That's Snoop.
Yeah.
So and it's getting with everything these young cats ever came out with. It's like we here.
Yeah.
Buster.
Oh my yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like Buster can come out with something like he did that dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun. I was listening to that the other day. I was like, that's crazy. Even M.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you reach that ceiling, we can't do what they do. We gotta go do this. And that was the disconnect.
I mean, that's a great argument.
Yeah, that's
I like
the
that
disconnect.
argument.
But now the younger MCs after that disconnect, when they started doing their thing, they're like, nah, we're gonna go back and see how they did it. Let's do what they did, but
And try
make
to
it better.
Make it better.
And
that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of it. Isn't that the point of hip hop?
That it is, because we did that with the James Brown records.
There we go.
Yeah,
I mean that's the whole.
We made it better.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Yo, we need to wrap it up, man. First and foremost, thank you guys for listening wherever you may be listening. You're a part of the world. Thank you guys for the viewership where you've been watching us around the world online, on our site of social media, YouTube, Twitch, and all that stuff.
I don't know if anybody watching me right here. I just got it on. I don't know if nobody
hey man, that's why we got the replay on. It's all good. It's all good, man. Listen, make sure if you guys want to get caught up on some elements of the show, we're gonna get into if you listen to the actual show on the radio next hour coming up, or we're gonna get into some more music right now. Got some new exclusives coming up for y'all on the mix. And if not, if you're watching this online, we'll let you guys know when we come back in the studio. You see us, our faces, and be able to engage with us and drop us some elements and stuff, man. We're gonna be here live in the flesh. As you see us right here on the camera. Wellz is doing whatever. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing either.
Listen, if you love the show, make sure you support, share with a friend, subscribe to the Raw Radio EXP pod, where you can catch this content that we're talking about on this centennial episode 100, as well as previous shows that we've done before. And the Raw Radio EXP pod highlights up new music from some MCs that we have connected with, man.
Can I see your pencil real quick, man?
Oh, she gonna throw the pencil?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a Wilt Chamberlain. You remember Wilt Chamberlain?
What are you doing?
Remember Wilt Chamberlain, man?
What are you doing? What is he doing? I can't even see it on the camera. It's too bright. What are you doing?
100, man.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points.
Yeah. We did the Chamberlain. That's the name of the show.
100. The Chamberlain.
The Chamberlain.
I liked it.
The Chamberlain. Yo, Gremlin, the Chamberlain is a show.
100 points, not 100 chicks.
Yo. Why'd you go there, man?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Listen, anyway, make sure you follow us on all platforms. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Pandora, Spotify, all that good stuff. Make sure you connect with us on the show notes. All that good stuff. And what else?
God is going to ask me that same question.
Probably.
Why, man? Why?
Probably. Make sure you follow us, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, he darkened it up. There it is. Oh, he still can't make it on the part. A little bit.
100.
Y'all, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Raw Radio Pop. I'm Classic. Wellz L in the flesh. Peace.
Peace.